Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today is Thursday, which is my Paint With Me video. And I am doing Mab's Drawloween. So today's prompt is Botanical Beasts. Now, in February of 2021, I actually did 36 botanical beasts. I did sort of mythical creatures and their botanical buddy. I will link that sketchbook tour. It was on an A5 moleskin. Now, what I've been doing is on some of these, I've been taking a Faber-Castell Polychromos. This is the Indigo, and I've been sort of doing a layout to make sure that my composition and my proportions are where I like them on the page. Now these illustrations, this one was yesterday's. Let me just kind of show you. It was Witch Wednesday, so I did a raven and a tiger, and the raven is the witch. These are taking me about 90 minutes, so I will not be able to finish this in a timely manner on this video because this video is probably only going to be, 10 minutes. So I had to do a lot of research and prep for this challenge, for this prompt for the day, because again, like, I've already done so many beasts and botanical things that, yeah, I had to find one I'd never done before. So what I did was, I headed over to Africa to see what some of their sort of mythical legend creatures are, and they have one in Kenya called the Nandi bear, and I will link, there's a Wikipedia page about it. I will link that if you are curious. I mean, any excuse to like go to the continent of Africa and learn some stuff is just a time well spent. But I fell down a rabbit hole, I have to tell you, because they think the Nandi bear is based on a real animal that went extinct. So, and I don't know if I can pronounce it. It's called a coloquicher, and it's either described as a short sort of necked giraffe or a long-necked horse. And it is a fascinating creature. It had like these parallel sort of evolutionary things where it like split off into two different versions. And eventually part of it became like hooved. The hooves sort of turned into claws, and then they sort of walked on their knuckles and turned their claws in. And they were high feeders, so they ate off the tops of branches. And when they looked at the wear patterns and stuff on their teeth, they saw that they were vegetarian, and it kind of reminds me of like a cross between like a rhino and a horse, but with giraffe sort of neck skills. Is just the weirdest looking thing, and there's all kinds of Wikipedia things about it. I will link a really cool YouTube video that talks about, if you are interested in sort of animals that have gone extinct, like, the dodo, the saber-toothed tiger, dinosaurs, all those get a lot of attention. But if you're interested in learning about a new one, this one's really kind of cool. And the plant thing I picked out was the pawpaw, because that can also be found in Kenya. And according to the sources, this animal started out in Asia, actually, and then made its way over to North America, and then eventually parts of Europe and Africa. But I think it was last seen in Africa. And so, African animal, African plant, and then I just thought pawpaw was kind of a funny play on words, for the fact that it eventually got, claws and sort of walked on its knuckles. Yeah, so that's my reasoning behind what I chose. Like, I just read deep into it. So I am drawing the pawpaw, or painting the pawpaws, which are a lot like a papaya. Yeah, so that's welcome to where I'm at and my thought process. Like I went deep with it, trying to figure out what would look good and sound good and sort of be, you know, put some thought behind it. But I just animals that are extinct are like fascinating because there's always some sort of weird story and thing behind it. And they think that like climate change sort of ruined their food source because they only ate from top branches like giraffes. And I think that's fascinating too. So I'm just painting with indigo, and I'm really, really, really hoping that this lasts for 31 days. I'm not sure. I used it last year. If I run out, then I will switch to my dioxazine purple, which is a really, really dark purple. I'm really hoping I don't run out though. But if I do, that's kind of the nature of my no buy art supply. So at least we know I'm using things up. And these pawpaws are just the weirdest looking thing on a tree. And they have branches and these huge leaves, and they're beautiful looking. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it justice, but you know, it's up to interpretation. It's up to the artist to sort of figure out how they're going to represent some of these things. Anyway, how is your Thursday going? Is it going well? Are you doing an October challenge? I really like sort of busting out some spookier things. I don't really lean towards spooky painting topics because I just like incorporating animals so much into everything. But it's fun once in a while to do, you know? I think I'm going to split this guy in half, actually. I'll just go like this. Anyway, some of these prompts are a little bit more time consuming than others. And I still have 4 days left with my Sketchtember sketchbook to fill that. So I am doing all this prep in the evening to make it easier on myself, but I am staying up way too late. So I look forward to that being done so I can go to bed a little bit more reasonably, just a little bit, a scotch. That'll be nice. So let's see if we can do portion of the trunk in here. I don't want too many different things to bleed. Partly why this drawing challenge takes so long is that I am doing watercolor. It's October. You know, where I live is such high humidity that I'm literally kind of watching paint dry. Which isn't, you know, I kind of fan stuff a little bit. Again, I'm doing a no buy, so I can't buy a heating element just yet. But it's part of the process. And you know, you would have thought I would have done something just plain watercolor for World Watercolor Month. But nope. So there's part of a branch. I wasn't in the mood. You can see, like, why this takes so long. I know some folks are, like, super fast painters, but that's just, it's not me. Anyway, watercolor is so much fun. I love it so much. It just always is kind of a bummer that it's so time consuming sometimes. Especially in the cooler winter months, you know. And I know it's fall, but where I live doesn't adhere to the rules. All right, so I'm just trying to denote shadow and highlight with these branches and give them some textures and some things so they don't look super boring. We can start on part of the tree that's in shadow here. Get some of this going. There we go. And the tree has interesting sort of bark. Anyways, this is about all I can show you, because then I have to learn how to edit videos. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.